Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome students to another one of my videos. So today in this video I will be talking about past perfect tense. Okay, so this topic you can refer to your textbook page 47, 49 and also 166, which is the grammar reference. So without further ado, let's look into it. Okay, before we go any further, let's discuss the perfect tense. Okay, the word perfect in perfect tense means precise, okay, tepat. When it comes to perfect tense, it is usually used to indicate actions that are happen precisely at one point in the time. Okay, so kalau kita gunakan perfect tense, biasanya kita akan biasanya kita tahulah bila benda tu berlaku exactly. Okay, unlike past tense, we know it's in the past and that's it, but we don't know exactly when it is. Okay, we use present perfect tense when we are writing about actions that happen in the past that are either still happening in the present or have a significant effect in the present. Okay, in our previous lesson, okay, present perfect tense, okay, kita akan gunakan apabila kita bercakap tentang action, okay, yang berlaku in the past, okay, dan masih lagi berlaku sekarang. Okay, it is different from past tense when the action normally happen in the past and it's also done in the past. Okay, it's also finished in the past. Tapi kalau present perfect tense, dia berlaku di masa in the past, okay, di masa lalu dan masih lagi berlaku sekarang ataupun ada mempunyai kesan, okay, yang ditinggalkan daripada dulu hingga sekarang. Okay, that is present perfect tense. But now we are looking into past perfect tense. So past perfect tense, it is used when we are talking about two actions that happened in the past but are in the same timeline. Okay, so bila kita nak cakap tentang ada dua tindakan yang berlaku, dua action, okay, benda ni dua-dua berlaku in the past, okay, but we want to talk about whether these actions berlaku sama ada dia berlaku sekali serentak ataupun dia berlaku before after one another, macam itulah. Okay, so that's why we use past perfect tense. Okay, ada juga situasi kita akan gunakan past simple tense bila kita bercakap tentang dua action, tapi saya akan terangkan, I will talk about it later on in this video. But now the reason why we are learning about past perfect tense is when we want to talk about two actions that happen in the past and are in the same timeline, dalam satu jangka masa yang sama, okay, tapi jangka masa ni berlaku in the past dan ada dua action. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, past perfect simple tense. Okay, let's break down those words. Past perfect simple. Past means the actions or situation happen in the past, okay, di masa yang lalu. Perfect means to show precisely when the actions happened, okay, untuk menunjukkan secara tepat bila action tu berlaku. Simple, ended or finished. Okay, maksudnya it is not in progress. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we normally use the past perfect simple for an action or situation that finished before a particular time in the past. For example, Lucy had made the curtains by lunchtime. Okay, so maksudnya dekat sini kita akan gunakan past perfect simple untuk bercakap tentang action ataupun situation yang berlaku in the past but finish before a particular time. Okay, dan action tu tamat ataupun selesai sebelum satu waktu yang tepat. Okay, contoh kat sini, Lucy had made the curtains by lunchtime. So Lucy had made the curtains is the action that happened in the past. Okay, that is the action. Lunchtime is the particular time in the past. Okay, by, okay, the word by is the time expression used to connect the action and the particular time. Okay, that is one of the usage of past perfect simple. Okay, another one is an action that happened. Another usage is for an action that happened before another action in the past. Okay, maksudnya kita gunakan past perfect simple untuk bercakap tentang satu lagi action yang berlaku sebelum satu action yang berlaku di masa lepas. Maksudnya ada dua action lah kat sini. Okay, contohnya, the car boot sale had finished by the time Wendy got there. Okay, so ada dua perkara yang berlaku. Satu, car boot sale. Satu lagi, Wendy yang sampai ke tempat car boot sale tu. Okay, so we need to differentiate which one happened first. Okay, that's why we use past perfect simple. Okay, the car boot sale had finished. Okay, is the action that happened in the past. Wendy got there is another action that happened in the past after the first one. By the time is the time expression that connects the actions and situations. Okay, so macam mana kita nak differentiate? Okay, kenapa yang satu ni kita pakai perfect simple, yang satu ni kita pakai past simple saja. Okay, biasanya kita akan gunakan, normally we use perfect simple when for example, if the action is longer than the other one. Okay, nanti kita akan tengok lebih, I will explain a bit more about this, why the first action we use a perfect tense. So for now, we just understand that there are two actions, okay, in one timeline. Okay, but one action we use past perfect, the other we use simple past. Okay, and both of them is connected by the time expression, which is by the time. So what are other time expressions that we can use? Okay, for example, okay, some of the time expressions that we can use is before, after, when, by the time, already, as soon as, until, for a long time or ages, just, ever, never, once, since 2007 or June. 2007 tu maksudnya tahun lah, June tu maksudnya bulan. Okay, the previous day, month, year, etc. Okay, so these are some of the time expressions that we can use to connect the two situations. Okay, I hope you understand so far. Senang cerita kat sini kesimpulan dia. Okay, first, one reason why we use past perfect simple is when we want to is because when we want to talk about a situation that has finished before a certain time. Okay, apa kita cakap tentang action tu berlaku in the past dan action tu tamat sebelum sampai satu masa. Okay, macam contohnya, Lucy had made the curtains by lunchtime. Lunchtime tu adalah dia punya masa tu. Okay, the point of time. Okay, and Lucy had made the curtain tu adalah actionnya. And another usage of past perfect simple is an action that happened before another action in the past. Maksudnya ada dua action. Okay, satu datang dulu, satu datang kemudian. So yang datang dulu ni kita boleh gunakan past perfect simple. Okay, so macam mana kita nak differentiate, nanti saya akan explain. So let's move on. Okay, so now let's talk about the forms of past perfect simple tense. Okay, so when we are writing an affirmative sentence, okay, maksudnya sentence yang positif, okay, we write the basic formulas are subject plus had plus verb in the past participle form. Okay, when we are writing affirmative, contohnya kat situ tu lah, I, you, he, she, it, we, they had sold. Okay, had plus sold. Sold is the past participle for sell. Okay, negative. Negative means apa ayat tu opposite of affirmative lah. So the formula is subject plus had not. Kalau tadi had saja, so now it's negative. So had not plus verb in the past participle form. Okay, past participle form. That is for negative. Okay, if we want to write question, okay, because every form of tenses has a form of in question kan. Okay, so the formula is had plus subject plus verb in the past participle form. Okay, and also don't forget the question mark, okay, after the verb. And then lastly, when we want to write short answer, okay, if it's yes, then after that it must be followed by subject, okay, and followed by had. Okay, if it's a no, then sama jugalah, no followed by subject. Okay, tapi instead of had, you say had not lah if it's a no. Okay, that is for short answers. Right, so as for the verb, okay, so normal verbs like live, travel, cry, enjoy, there are certain formulas that you can follow for the past participle. Okay, for example, live, you just add t at the end. Travel, when it is ended with a consonant letter, you just double the last letter and you add ed. If it's ended with y, you change y with I plus ed. Okay, so that's what kalau that is the basic formula. But if another word ends with y, for example like enjoy, why enjoy, we add ed, while cry we change y to I because cry is single syllable word, while enjoy is a 2-syllable word. Okay, so for that we have to add ed. Okay, we don't change the word the letter y to I. However, there are some words we consider to be irregular verbs. Okay, so for irregular verbs, then you need to remember the list of words. For example, like the word cut. Okay, there is no past tense form or past participle form for cut. It's the same whichever you look at it. Okay, another example is read. Okay, the past tense for read is read, but it has the same spelling. Past participle also read, but with the same spelling. It's just the sound is different. So these irregular verbs you can check in your textbook. I think it's at the back. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so we have already talked about past perfect simple. Now we are talking about past perfect continuous. So let's break down the words. Okay, past perfect continuous, past, the actions or situation happened in the past, okay, di masa lalu. Perfect, to show precisely when the action happened, kita tahu bila secara tepatnya benda tu berlaku. Continuous, in progress at least until a certain period of time that is still in the past. Okay, maksudnya kat sini in progress tu bukan sampai sekarang in progress tu maksudnya benda tu in progress until a certain time. Okay, dalam satu jangka masa, dan jangka masa tu is still in the past. Okay, bukan sekarang. That's why the tense is still in past, bukan present. Okay, so saya harap awak faham lah tu. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so now we are looking into the usage of past perfect continuous tense. Okay, so we use the past perfect continuous for an action that started in the past and was still in progress when another action started or when something happened. Okay, maksudnya kat sini ada dua action. Okay, satu action tu dah start dan masih lagi in progress, masih lagi berlaku, dan tengah-tengah action yang satu tadi ni berlaku, ada lagi satu action yang berlaku di tengah-tengahnya tu. Okay, contohnya Julia had been choosing fabric when she saw her friend. Okay, so Julia had been choosing fabric ni adalah satu action yang start in the past and still in progress, masih lagi dalam proses, masih lagi dalam progress. Dan tengah-tengah dia tu ada part yang dia when she saw her friend. Okay, dekat tengah-tengah yang choosing fabric tadi tu. Okay, so Julia had been choosing fabric is the action that started in the past and was still in progress in the past. Okay, still in the past, not in the present, at least to the point when the other action began to happen. Okay, so dalam situasi tu, okay, waktu action kedua tu berlaku, action yang pertama tu masih lagi berlaku. So maksudnya at one point dia berlaku serentak lah. Okay, this action might still be in progress when the second action happen. Okay, so maksudnya action yang kedua tu berlaku tu dia dekat tengah-tengah, yang satu ni masih lagi in progress. Macam tu. Okay, so she saw her friend. Okay, that's the second part of the sentence. Is the action that happens simultaneously as the previous action. Dia berlaku serentak, tapi yang tadi tu lagi dia start lagi awal, dia tengah bergerak tu, tengah-tengah dia action yang kedua berlaku. This action is shorter in comparison to the first action. Okay, of course lah, sebab dia berlaku kemudian kan, dekat tengah-tengah kan. Okay, so is used saw. Okay, the word saw, the verb saw is used for the action happen in the past. Okay, maksudnya okay, action yang kedua tu dia berlaku dan dah selesai dah. Okay, dia berlaku dalam kadar yang singkat. Dia tak macam yang tadi, because yang tadi still in progress, masih lagi dalam progress. So action yang kedua tu it happened and it is done. Okay, dah selesai. So that's why we use saw. Okay, kita tak pakai continuous tense juga. Okay, this action might or might not stop the progress of the first action. So action kedua tu mungkin menghentikan action pertama ataupun tidak. Mungkin dia berlaku kat tengah-tengah, mungkin lepas Julia saw her friend, okay, she was still choosing her fabric, depending on how you want to continue the sentence. Okay, macam mana awak nak sambung ayat awak. So kalau awak kata when she saw her friend, she stopped choosing her fabric, so maksudnya this action yang tu stop lah. Okay, so depends on how the sentence is continued. Right, we use when for the time expression linking the two actions that happen concurrently. Okay, so when tu lah dia jadi penghubung antara dua action. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so aside from the first usage, we also use past perfect continuous tense to write about an action that happened before another action in the past when we want to emphasize how long it happened for. Okay, so maksudnya kat sini, kalau tadi yang first usage tu, dua action berlaku serentak, tapi first action jalan dulu, dekat tengah-tengah second action berlaku. Yang ini kita nak cakap pasal benda ni dia tak berlaku serentak. Okay, dia berlaku secara berasingan. Mungkin first action jalan dulu, second action jalan kemudian. Cumanya kita nak highlight kat sini Okay, berapa lama first action tu berlaku. Okay, contohnya kat sini, Jill had been working in my dress shop for years. Okay, before she decided to open her own. Okay, so nampak ada dua action, tak berlaku serentak. Kalau tadi serentak, yang ni tidak. Okay, first action jalan dulu. Okay, dah lama baru second action berlaku. So maksudnya first action jalan, bila second action start je, yang first action tadi dah stop. Okay, dan kita nak highlight kat sini kenapa kita gunakan past perfect continuous, because we want to highlight how long it was, berapa lama first action tu berlaku. Okay, so Jill had been working in my dress shop for years. Okay, that is the first action. Okay, is the action that started to happen in the past and was still in progress until the other action happened. Okay, so masih lagi dalam progress sampailah action kedua tu berlaku, barulah progress yang first tu stop. Okay, we are highlighting the action for it happen for quite some time before the second action started to happen. Sebab tu kita reason dia sebab kita nak highlight tu lah jangka masa je tu. First action tu dah berlaku lama, okay, baru second action jadi. Okay, she decided to open her own. Okay, is the action that happened after the last action happened. Okay, the next action lah. Okay, when this action happened, it stopped the previous action. Okay, so bila action yang kedua ni berlaku, yang first action tadi tu stop. Okay, that is why the verb decided is used to show that the second action also happened in the past. Okay, and it is done. Okay, so the reason why we use decided, kita tak pakai continuous tense juga sebab dalam ayat ni the action decided tu is a short action and it is also done in the past, so it's not in the progress. Okay, kalau in the progress, kita akan kata Jill had been working in my dress shop for years and she is still deciding, okay, to open her own. So maksudnya benda tu masih lagi dalam progress, tapi in this situation it is not. So before she decided, so maksudnya dia dah decide lah untuk buka kedai dia. Okay, it is done in the past. Right, the word before is the time expression linking the two actions. So bila kata before, maksudnya action tu tak jalan serentak. Kalau tadi when dia akan jalan serentak, tapi before maksudnya action first jalan dulu, lepas tu action yang kedua. Alright, let's move on. Okay, the third usage of past perfect continuous tense is for when we are writing about an action that finished before a particular time in the past and had a result that we could see. Ini sama, dia lebih kurang macam yang first tadi, stop before a particular time. Okay, tapi yang ni in the end dia ada result, there is a result. Okay, ada hasil daripada first action tu. Okay, contohnya Bill had been shopping all morning. Okay, so that's the action. All morning is the particular time. Okay, and looked fed up. Looked fed up. Maksudnya dia nampak bengang macam tu Dia nampak marah, kelihatan marah. So itu adalah hasil dia. Dia shopping pagi, sepanjang pagi dia shopping. So hasil dia, dia kelihatan marah. Okay, so Bill had been shopping all morning is the action that started to happen in the past and still in the progress at least until a particular time in the past, which is noon. Okay, so all morning maksudnya dalam tempoh ni itulah pagi sampai sebelum tengah hari. So nak menunjukkan jangka masa itulah panjang, so kita gunakan perfect continuous. Okay, look fed up. Okay, is the result of the previous action that happened, which we can observe. Okay, ini adalah hasil daripada apa yang berlaku in the first action. So the first action tadi, Bill had been shopping all morning. So the result is he looked fed up. Okay, hasil dia. The result might be a condition like in the example. Okay, dalam example ni maksudnya dia kondisi lah. Okay, or might also be an action or a situation that happened directly as the result of the previous action. Okay, so apa yang datang kendian ni, okay, boleh jadi condition. Contohnya macam ni lah, looked fed up. Okay, it's a stative verb. Okay, dia adalah dalam bentuk condition. Okay, boleh jadi juga action. Okay, macam yang tadi saw someone ke kan. Tapi the usage for the third one here is yang datang kendian tu adalah hasil daripada your first one tadi, yang first action tadi. That is why instead of we use time expression, kalau yang tadi kita gunakan time expression kan, before, when, tapi yang ni kita gunakan and, kita tak gunakan time expression. Okay, in the linking word used to connect this sentence. No time expressions used here because what happened after the first action is the result of it. Okay, maksudnya ada hasil kepada yang first action, sebab tu kita gunakan and. Okay, in the other usage, the second event that happened is not consequent to the first event. Okay, so kalau kita gunakan yang first dengan second usage tadi, dia bukanlah dia bukan hasil yang action yang kedua tu bukanlah hasil daripada action yang first. Okay, dia macam dua action yang berlaku sama ada serentak ataupun selepas action yang first. Cuma in the third usage here, okay, the second event happen as a result. Okay, berlaku sebagai hasil kepada first action dia tadi. So first action dia berlaku macam ni. So sebab tu dia berlaku yang second action tu. Okay, so I hope you understand that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so now let's discuss the forms of past perfect continuous tense. So there are basic formulas for this. Okay, so if it's affirmative, subject plus had plus been plus verb with ing. Okay, contohnya kat situ, I had been selling or you had been selling. Okay, subject tu pronoun lah, I, you, he, she, it, we, they kan. Okay, if it's a negative, then subject plus had not, okay, plus been plus verb with ing. Okay, if it's a question form, okay, had plus subject plus been plus verb with ing, and don't forget the question mark. And lastly, for short answers, it is the same as past perfect simple. Okay, yes plus subject plus had if it's yes. Okay, if it's no, then no plus subject plus had not. Okay, so this one is very simple. Okay, it's mostly like the continuous tenses in present as well. Okay, in other tenses as well. Right, so let's move on. Okay, tadi saya ada mention about stative verb. So when we are writing continuous tenses, okay, maksudnya kita gunakan verb plus ing. Okay, stative kita tak boleh gunakan stative verb. Okay, kita mesti gunakan verb yang actions macam saw. Okay, right. Stative verb here often relates to thoughts and opinion. Okay, agree, believe, doubt, guess, imagine. So this is all stative verb. Okay, remember, suspect, think, understand. Feelings and emotions. Feelings and emotions are verb, but this is what we call stative verb. Okay, so kita tak boleh gunakan in continuous tenses, whatever it is. Okay, present continuous tense pun kita tak boleh gunakan stative verb. Okay, disliking ke hating, okay, it has a different meaning if we use it, okay, in the continuous tense, right? Okay, so let's move on. Okay, now we are talking about time expressions. Okay, what are the time expressions that we normally use for past perfect continuous? Okay, we use all day, all night, or all week, for years, for a long time, for ages, okay, for and since. Okay, another time expression that we haven't discussed yet is how long. Okay, so how long is normally we use it in the question form. Okay, as you can see there, how long with the past perfect continuous in question. And for very long, okay, kalau kita gunakan for very long, it is only used in question and in negative sentence. Okay, maksudnya nak menunjukkan yang benda tu negatif lah. Okay, for very long time I've been waiting for you. Okay, so maksudnya negatif lah tu, sangat terlalu lama. Okay, so let's talk about how long. Okay, it's only used in question form of the tense. Okay, kita gunakan how long untuk soalan sahaja. Okay, it only involves the period of time, not the point of time. Okay, when. Kita tak gunakan how long untuk bercakap tentang point of time. Kita tak boleh gunakan how long untuk cakap pasal bila. Okay, kita gunakan how long untuk bercakap pasal satu jangka masa. Okay, let's look at the example here. Okay, read the sentences. Which perfect tenses do they use? Okay, which sentence could be changed into a question using how long? Okay, so ada dua ayat kat sini. Irene could send text messages because she had bought a new phone the day before. And another one, Irene had been texting her friend all morning before she finally got a reply. Okay, so A kita gunakan past perfect simple tense. Okay, sebab tak ada ing kat situ kan. Okay, B, there is a past perfect continuous tense there untuk action yang first. So which one kita boleh gunakan? How long? Okay, remember it is only used for question and it involves period of time, and it also only used for past perfect continuous. Okay, so the answer, which one can be changed into a question? B lah. Okay, the question form would be, how long had Irene been texting a friend? The formula is how long plus had plus subject, okay, Irene, plus been, okay, plus verb with ing, okay, followed by her friend question mark. Okay, so that's the formula. Okay, that's how we write how long. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so now let's discuss about the differences between past perfect tense with past simple tense. Okay, in some sentences which talk about the past, it is clear which action happened first. In this case, we can use the past simple for both action. Okay, so saya cakap tadi kan, ada certain cases yang kita boleh gunakan past simple untuk ada dua action and both of them happen in the past, but we can use simple tense for both of the action. Tapi syarat dia mesti kita tahu which one comes first. Okay, kita mesti tahu action 1, action 2 ni yang mana satu datang dulu. Okay, so kalau kita tahu, then we can we don't have to bother with perfect tense. Okay, contoh kat sini, Linda bought a watch for her son after he finished or had finished school. Okay, so first action, second action, dua-dua kita boleh gunakan past simple. Okay, tapi second action tu kita boleh gunakan past perfect tense simple juga. Tapi lagi mudah kalau kita gunakan past simple. Okay, because syarat dia mesti kita tahu yang mana datang dulu. Okay, another example here, they realized that they had ordered too much food. Okay, first action dengan first action dia gunakan past simple, second action dia gunakan past perfect. Okay, past perfect kita gunakan kalau for example if we want to highlight the action, we can use past perfect juga. Okay, tapi untuk first action, okay, there are some situation where we have to use perfect tense. Okay, so in this situation, dalam situasi ni, okay, first action tu kita tak gunakan perfect tense because we know which action comes first. Okay, jelas lah, senang cerita. However, when the order of events is not clear, or when we want to emphasize which action happened first, okay, we can use the past perfect simple or past perfect continuous for the first action. Okay, so kalau kata kita tak jelas action mana datang dulu, okay, ataupun kita nak tekankan action yang first tu, okay, so kita boleh gunakan sama ada past perfect simple ataupun past perfect continuous for the first action. Okay, so second action tu it doesn't really matter lah. Okay, we can either use perfect tense or past simple tense, but the most important thing here is the first action. Okay, contohnya kat sini, I had been shopping for ages before I found the perfect gift. Okay, so kita nak tunjukkan jangka masa shopping tu lama. Okay, so kita gunakan past perfect continuous tense. I had been shopping for ages, okay, before I found the perfect gift. So itulah sedikit sebanyak perbezaan antara kita gunakan past perfect tense dengan past simple tense. Note, okay, ada satu lagi situasi pula di mana kita wajib gunakan past simple tense. Okay, past simple tense maksudnya tak ada had apa semua tu untuk kedua-dua action. Tapi syarat dia mesti action tu berlaku quickly after the other action. Contohnya, I chose the right size and tried the dress on. Okay, untuk yang ni kita mesti gunakan past simple untuk kedua-dua action. Okay, kalau tadi ada pilihan, kita boleh gunakan satu past simple, satu lagi past perfect. Okay, ataupun past simple, boleh pilih lah, senang cerita. Tapi ada certain time yang kita tak boleh pilih, kita mesti pakai past simple untuk kedua-dua action. Okay, when the actions happen immediately, the second action happen immediately after the first action. Contohnya kat situ lah, I choose the right size and tried the dress on. Pilih size yang betul dan cuba pakai. Okay, so let's look at another example. Okay, other examples here. Mona did her shopping before she met her friend for lunch. Okay, so kita boleh gunakan, sama ada nak gunakan past perfect ataupun past simple untuk first action, and second action past simple ataupun in this situation past simple lah. Okay, we knew later that we had spent too much money at the car boot sale. Okay, so first action dia past simple, second action dia past perfect tense. Okay, another example here, they had been waiting for ages before a shop assistant came to help them. So yang example yang ni kita kena gunakan past perfect continuous because we want to highlight the period of it. Okay, berapa lama kita kena tunggu sebelum ada assistant datang bantu. Okay, so I hope you understand lah all of the examples of past perfect tense. Okay, so now let us try to test ourselves. Okay, I want you to test yourself. Okay, let's read this question. Complete 3 of these sentences using the past simple in one of the gaps. So gap yang pertama gunakan past simple, and the past perfect simple or the past perfect continuous in the other gap. So yang first gap ni mesti bukan mesti kita boleh gunakan past simple 1 ataupun past simple 1, past simple untuk kedua juga, ataupun past simple or past perfect in one of the gaps lah. So just look yang mana sesuai, just tengok ayat mana yang sesuai, gunakan past simple ataupun past perfect. Okay, so tapi dalam 4 ayat ni, saya nak warning awal-awal, ada satu ayat yang kita kena gunakan both past simple. Okay, kita tak gunakan past perfect in both of the gaps. Okay, sebab tu dekat situ ada soalan dia kata, in which sentence do we have to use the past simple in both gaps? Okay, so ada satu soalan yang dua-dua gap kita akan gunakan past simple. So the question is asking you why. Okay, so look at the question. He try on the jacket before he go to the check out to pay for it. Okay, so yang mana satu nak gunakan past simple, yang mana satu nak gunakan past perfect, you decide on your own. Okay, Karen realized the next day that the footwear she buy was no longer in fashion. Okay, right after I break my new mobile phone, I start to cry. Okay, and finally they stand outside the shop for ages when it finally open. Okay, so try to do the try to answer this, try to fill in the blanks on your own first before you check the answers. Okay, it's on the next slide. Okay, so try to do it first. Okay, pause the video now and try to do it on your own. Okay, pause it now. Okay, I hope you are able to get all the answers correct. Okay, so now let's look at the answers for all of it. Okay, A, he had tried on the jacket before he went to the checkout to pay for it. Okay, so the answer for A, had tried and went. Okay, boleh tak kalau kita nak gunakan he tried on the jacket before he went to the checkout to pay for it? Boleh tak? Okay, boleh juga. Okay, so it's not a must. Okay, dia bukan wajib lah. It's a choice. Okay, B, Karen had realized the next day that the footwear she bought was no longer in fashion. Okay, so B, yang first gap tu boleh pilih sama ada dia nak tulis realize sahaja ke ataupun had realized. Okay, but the second gap you have to use past simple. You have to just write bought. You can't use perfect simple there. Okay, past perfect simple. No, you can't use for the second gap in B. Okay, sebab tak ada perkataan that. Okay, so yang tu mesti pakai past simple tense. Okay, C, right after I broke my new mobile phone, I started to cry out. This is the one. Okay, this is the one that we have to use past simple for both. Okay, why C? Bawah tu ada jawab. Because of the phrase right after. Okay, the second action happen immediately after the first action. So kita kena gunakan dua-dua past simple. Okay, tak ada guna past perfect tense untuk kedua-dua gap. Okay, last one. Okay, this one we have to use past perfect continuous for the first gap. Okay, sebab it is trying to highlight the length. Okay, kita trying to highlight how long they had to stand. Okay, they had been standing outside the shop for ages when it finally opened. Okay, so the second one must be in simple past tense. Alright. Okay, I know it's a little bit confusing, but I really hope that you are able to learn a thing or two about past perfect tense. Okay, past perfect simple and past perfect continuous tense. Okay, so if you unable to understand, okay, kalau awak tak faham, boleh ulang balik video ni. Okay, maybe you can read it more to try to make sense, ataupun awak boleh tanya saya lah. Okay, so now I want you all to test yourself, okay, and do the exercise in your textbook. Okay, please do the exercises on pages 47 and 49. These exercises are there to help you measure your understanding of the topic. Okay, so awak kena buat exercise ni baru tahulah awak faham ke tidak. Okay, as usual, please do it on your textbook using a pencil and send me the photos of your work using Google Classroom. Okay, if you do not have your textbook, you can write your answers on a piece of paper, but please copy the questions as well. Send me the photos of your work using Google Classroom. Itu pada yang tak ada buku teks lah. Okay. Remember to ask me if you are having trouble understanding the topic. Okay, so tanya saya lah kalau kurang jelas pasal topik hari ni. Okay, so please do your exercise and send the pictures to me using Google Classroom. Right, that's it for this video. Okay, thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.